Hi, I'm Lorente Martínez and I'm the principal of one of the schools in my town. FEIP Sagrado Corazón is a public school located in my town, Librilla. With 5,600 inhabitants, it's the only school in the town, so there is a great multiculturality of students. With around 350 pupils divided into 2 or 3 classes per year, it serves a large number of families who would otherwise be forced to take their children to the school in the next village. The families have a medium-low socioeconomic level, and the school is financed by public funds and aid from the council and the government. As a large number of students request to study Islamic religion and the Spanish Constitution guarantees us this right, let's see what measures our school will take. As part of the process of introducing the subject, we have the following measures. First of all, our school will see the Spanish Constitution and the Ministry of Education request to introduce Islam as a subject. Next, a meeting will be organized among the parents to see the different proposals, the reasons why they want this education to be given, etc. And they will be given a questionnaire to check the number of parents and pupils interested and to make a formal application to the Consejería de Educación. The actors of this block are the school, the management team, parents and students. We can observe connection beyond the classroom because we need the collaboration and cooperation of many people outside the classroom. If the proposal goes ahead, the following measure will be taken. Changes in the timetable to adapt this new subject, which will share space with Catholic religion and civic values. Hire a request to the council for qualified teachers to teach the new subject. Publicize via the school website, email, or message to parents the curriculum content that will be given to children attending this subject. Adapt and search for the material necessary to teach the subjects, books, presentations, methodologies, etc. The actors of this block are the school, the management team, and teachers, and we can observe teacher-student connection and connection beyond the classroom, as we have a connection outside the classroom through internet between the teacher and the students or parents. As measure guaranteed by the law and our institution, we have students will be able to choose whether they want to take a subject, Catholic religion, Islam religion, or civic values. The children will be introduced to different cultures in order to develop a critical mind and to help them to learn about the different religions or cultures. As long as there is no breach of any rules, each person will be free to wear or not wear the symbols of his or her religion, such as the hijab in the Islamic religion or the Catholic cross. The actors of this block are the school, the management team, teachers, and students. We can observe teacher-student connection, connection beyond the classroom, connection within learning contexts, and peer-to-peer connection. These connections are achieved because the students can take the subject as they wish, so there will be a great deal of cultural diversity in the classroom, which can encourage cooperation and participation in learning about different cultures. And in addition, as many students might practice this religion and have prior knowledge, might encourage a new student to practice this religion or have an interest outside the classroom. The information was obtained from the Spanish Constitution from 1978 through the BOE and the decree number 359/2009 of the 13th of October, which establishes and regulates the educational response to the diversity of students in the autonomous community of the region of Murcia. Coexistence is one of the key aspects for the correct functioning of an organization. In nowadays multicultural society, problems can arise due to the differences between the cultures. So for this reason, I believe that the 5 points I will defend will be the following. Guarantee that every person receives a good education that promotes great values and promotes schooling together. This means that there is no segregation or exclusion regardless of the place of origin, purchasing power, etc. By bringing different people together in a common space such as the classroom, We ensure that from an early age people learn crucial values such as coexistence, accepting others' differences, and respect. This is a complex task because we have to change behaviors, overcome cultural differences, beliefs, etc. To defend that promotion and success is thanks to effort, work, and perseverance, without discriminating against any type of culture, race, or gender. I will do activities outside the classroom environment so that children realize that the school is a bubble that is not real, as there are problems, differences, and other issues in the outside world. These activities could open their minds and make them think in a more socio-critical way, as knowledge can emerge through connection between peers and outside the classroom. Curriculum consideration and actions, encouraging awareness of cultures and respect for all thoughts and perspectives, which could change the balanced randomness and the deterministic order of the institution. Learning to resolve conflicts in positive and constructive ways. This is a complex task as the context learners is different and each learner might deal with problems in a different way. I consider myself as a transformational leader as I seek to be charismatic in order to impact and motivate learners to develop their full potential. In addition to theoretical content, I want the students to learn the importance of values, justice, equality, and to learn to live in society. Therefore, I am also a democratic leader who seeks the collaboration and support of the majority when making decisions. From the 19th century onwards, with the birth of special education, disabilities were still considered illnesses and people were segregated, although progressively they started to be given assistance through different health institutions. Focusing on the present, and especially in Spain, numerous laws have appeared that try to give visibility and solve this problem. Let's have a quick look at them. General law of education is the basis of inclusive education in our country, since it's the first time there is talk of including people with disabilities in special classrooms in ordinary centers. The law of social integration of the handicapped forces administration to take into account and promote inclusions in schools, as well as to ensure that people with disabilities are diagnosed and assisted as much as possible. Ministerial Order of March aims to put into practice what the Royal Decree proposed in terms of inclusion. Pupils affected by any type of disability must be guaranteed the full development of their abilities by integrating them into ordinary schools. LOCSE defended education for all, without distinctions, as well as curricular adaptations, support, and resources for those who need it. LOE continued LOCSE principles and focused on offering personalized and flexible education to those who need it. LONCE, in addition to curricular adaptation, reinforcement, and support programs, proposed the inclusion of the students with disabilities in the regular classroom environment and system so that they can fully develop with their peers. LONLOE, in addition to the above, proposed that the schools draw up a diversity care plan that includes general actions and specific support measures for each pupils. We can say with these laws, progress has been made in terms of inclusion, moving from a focus on treating the pupil and establishing plans to focusing on the whole class and establishing plans for teachers to be trained in this field to be competent. As an example of inclusion, with LONCE, which is the law I studied in the school, we had a girl with Asperger in class who needed curricular adaptations. Thanks to being in the common class, she learned to relate and express herself better with her classmates. The mark I think I deserve is a 9 because I believe that I have achieved the proposed objectives by the course through a critical and open attitude. We have learned to consult and interpret the different legislative and legal tools, different strategies of teachers to deal with special needs, adaptations that can be made, etc. The most crucial idea for me regarding school organization is how complex schools are and the complexity that certain decisions can involve. The different leadership styles can affect the educational process in diverse ways. One of the ideas I have never thought about before, related to the previous question, is that different relationships that exist in a school are very diverse, can greatly increase the complexity of institutions, and that external factors and the context itself must be taken into account in learning. I think that many times the theoretical contents that we learn are forgotten and it is necessary to consult the information again. Therefore, the main idea that I kept in students' diversity is that we are all different and that does not have to be bad. We learn in a different way. Although I already knew about the importance of respecting and promoting diversity, having studied the subject, I think I'm now more aware of diversity as I have discovered the great effort that has been made with the latest educational reforms with respect to this aspect, going in a few years from an attitude in which people with disabilities were separated to one in which the content are adapted to them and they are integrated into ordinary classes. Preparing this video, I have understood that exams are not fundamental, and reviewing the content for the video has helped me to keep the principal ideas and the sources that as a future teacher I will have to consult. Also, to remember that teachers, apart from giving theoretical content, are people and must transmit positive values to their pupils and educate them for the future.